going to be in a National Guard helicopter. Those helicopters they use are Navy helicopters or Army helicopters, depending on which they have available at that time. They are secured at all times. You know, Batman is not going to take off after the Joker without his Batmobile. You know, he's not going to roll out and say, you know, hey, Six, let me use your 74 Volkswagen to go chase the Joker. No. So they have the specially made helicopters. You remember the reason that the Pakistanis and the Chinese wanted to get a good look at that tail section that was left in Pakistan because it was unusual. So their helicopters are modified for their missions. And so none of that puts together.
Well, here's what I'm getting from Bagram Air Base. When Special Ops has an operation, no one knows. So it would never get reported, and it did within minutes. And that's what the other troops are saying. If anything went wrong or happened, or if these guys got killed, the news would never know. And they go on to say sometimes it takes years for people to be told that SEALs were killed, and that's been confirmed. They go on to say, and this is from our sources, and guys, don't show a shot of this yet. I'm not sure if I want to publish this yet. Quote, it hit the news just before as bodies were being cleaned up and identified, which, again, they don't do. The base goes on blackout to give time to notify families. And they just go on to say that the whole OBL thing, it was reportedly that they took his body out by Ospreys, which are Marine helicopters. They don't have those in Afghanistan. It's unlikely they have flown those all the way from wherever, just for a body, and it goes on. Chinooks rarely travel full of people. They have to hold equipment and packs and gear, so why was it full? The Chinook Special Ops uses Gatling guns on the sides of the Chinooks don't, so no one should have been able to get close enough to RPG it. And it goes on to say it is possible to hold 36 souls, not 38. Is that true? You can only hold 36, and they're saying 38 were on that helicopter?
Well, when you're running anywhere over 30, you're running in dangerous territory because that's true. You're going to have a door gunner on most of those missions. And plus, let me just back up. When this first mission went down in Pakistan, so when they supposedly got bin Laden, there never should have been a mention of who captured it. Secondly, there surely shouldn't have been a mention of where Obama was going to go to meet them. That's, you know, put a sign here. This is where you can find special forces troops now. You've got, I think it was the 101st Airborne out of there, and some special forces guys from some Ranger groups and so forth, because they obviously are not out of the Army base. They've got 4 groups. They got 9 active duty SEAL teams. They got 4 in Cordova, California, 4 I think in Norfolk, and they got 1 that's made up of guys that are former SEALs that want to stay active and so forth. So it'd be 8 active duty and 1 reserve, and 4 on the East Coast. That should have never been divulged. And just like the CIA, the only reason that we know that Johnny Mike Stan was one of the CIA agents that was killed when the first man...
The point is, like Dr. Pachinik says, who's run major operations worldwide, including killing leaders in major European countries, the minute they come out and tell you a story immediately, you know it's staged, because real operations, you'll never hear about it.
That's it. You know, like I was telling you yesterday, they say jump, I say run. Okay, they say add, I say subtract, because one, you're laying a road for a lie. When he said that they was going to go down and meet the guys that had done this, okay, then that told me that the rest of them were in trouble. When I got this call the other night,
wait a minute, I think you said yesterday, was it on air or off air, that you said watch for more of them to start dying, and now another helicopter they tried to shoot down today, but we don't know who was on board.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I haven't even seen that part. Now, what I heard on the radio was it was a hard landing.
Yeah.
And I would think that this would be following too closely, unless they had split the remainder up into 2 groups rather than another group.
Let me stop you right there. What are the sources with the SEALs telling you? Because last night you said that they were already getting ready to go public, and that's what this killing was about.
Right. Well, this held off on that. When this other killing went down the other day, that was the straw that broke the camel's back. Then you had killed the entire team, everybody's husband, everybody's uncle, everybody's nephew, and damn it, now's the time to come forward, because if you don't, they're going to do it again, and we're grieving. Our hearts are broken. They're giving us a check instead of our husbands, our sons, and so forth. It ain't going to go. We cannot let it happen to them, so it won't happen to other ones.
Well, let me stop you right there. For folks that are doubting this, they murdered 5 of the members of Jessica Lynch's team because they were coming out saying it was all a fable and made up for PR. They murdered Pat Tillman over this stuff. I mean, people need to understand that this is done routinely if there's a big PSYOP rollout and troops aren't playing along. This is standard procedure.
Fred, let me tell you something. I've been in intelligence for the better part of 25 years.